Man, what's going on? What's going on, man? Just really want to jump on here, man. Let's really jump into the fire pan. Let's talk about this Ice Cube um, versus basically the dominant society advocating for, Black America, ADOS, FBA. I know, I mean, like I said, stance is still the same, even though it's two figureheads that have major beef with each other. That's really their beef, not mine. But let's just get into the Roland Martin. Saw some of the videos, interviews. We also talk about Don Lemonade as well, man. For what he wanted to critique and throw his 2 cents on the Cosmo, the Como interview as well. Even though he initially didn't want to interview Q, but after amount of pressure, he decided to go on and conduct the interview. Um, but yeah, the Roland interview was kind of very interesting. But I kind of knew that how Roland get down is pretty much is what Roland gets down. He brought in Alicia Garza. Now, Alicia Garza come from a very intersectional background, from being interracial, being basically biracial. Family is very, very no. It's a lot of intersectionality in the family in which he is. Um, you know, definitely of her appearance over the time. She is part of Black Lives Matter as the organization. Um, she became one of the vocal speakers of the organization. But like I said, she was more intersectionality than actually pushing for advocacy of Black people. Like I said, Black Lives Matter was on the creation of Black men or Black people's death into becoming what is now intersectionality group. Even though the outcome of the name, the term is still a representation of Black people in the general sense. Um, but an organization is just very anti-Black, very intersectionality, very anti-Black, um, very gender influence as well. That she basically pushed women. She pushed a feminine agenda. She pushed an LGBTQ agenda. Black women, she don't really push Black women because there was tweets in the past that she was very anti-Black women. So that's why a person like Alicia Garza to me is a very negative to the cause of reparation or a Black agenda for Black America. And like I said, Cube did very well. He hit many strong points. I think the 7,000 from over a 5 or 6 year decade, um, from 1960s to now, you had over 7,000 Black politicians come into politics, come into certain positions of government, and we are still in the situation that we're in now. To me, that is a failure. That is a failure in a part of the civil rights generation. Um, like I said, the civil rights generation was a success. We would not be having this discussion. Um, Black America would have reached a certain type of prosperity of of normalization in this country, in the foundation of this country, but not. Um, and that's just something that I definitely um, have to come to a peace and come to agreement. I hope everybody else do too. Um, that you had 7,000, like what Cube said, 7,000 Black politicians was elected, and nothing was towards or beneficial to Black people, or basically Black people that is descendants of American slavery. So that's something that Ice Cube was definitely hammering home. Um, what he was topping, what he was advocating for. Uh, Roland was basically and Alicia Garza, as well as even Dawn Lemonade with Mike with Chris Cosmo, Como, whatever. was talking to him basically, but like he don't know what he's talking about. He's aligning himself with Trump. He's a Trump ally. I mean, he doesn't know politics. Um, I think he understands politics to the point that he coming with this advocacy that he is. I read his contract to Black America. I read that. I read bold policy of that as well. The only thing the difference between Biden policy was Biden never really put numbers in that his platform. He talked about a lot of situations that basically is normal Democratic talking points. Trump administration put numbers to it. You know what I'm saying? He put numbers to it. Yeah, 500 billion is not enough. It's very mediocre number, but it was a number. So he understands the financial thing to it. That Biden consistently will thumb his nose against to. You forgot, man. Biden was the architect of many things that hurt Black America. Very, very, very against civil rights. As you know, even during civil rights, they had integration. That was one of the things that a lot of the civil rights generation, boomer generation, whatever, was fighting for. And he was adamantly against that. So, I mean, it lets you know he was never against, he was always against the progress or even empowerment of Black people. So this track record tells you that. And Obama's choice of picking him lets you know Obama don't know nothing about race relations at all. Or he don't even see himself as really of a Black person, call himself Barry and not his government name. So that's a lot of things right there that gotta have to take it to an account. Um, but yeah, man, like I said, they were basically everybody talking about Ice Cube, his canceled deal, who really want to put his 2 cents. I was like, dude, he wrote a coattail of Cedric, Bernie Mac forever. I mean, he wasn't even that funny in the Kings of Comedy. His shows were flops. Um, you know, I mean, he been cooling for a very long time, and I mean, he's supposed to be, he's supposed to be a blood, so and so. I mean, look, dog, I affiliation the Crips, we West Side, Bird, whatever like that. So I understand the codes and there's hierarchies of this and these rules in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But if you probably from the block, homie, but you've been off of code for so long, man, you just violation. That's mad violation to me. But yeah, his stance about making Friday movies. Then, well, that's basically me telling you what. Then dude, you need to go back to making jokes. That's not funny at all. I mean, of all the Kings of Comedy, he was the weakest one. But just the animosity towards Q for what his advocacy is for, that tells you that we have a lot more people really against us than what a lot of Black Americans or ADOS or FBA really thought before. But we really do have a contingency of a lot of people that is not from our lineage that is very against this movement that we are having. But we are the engine of this culture, this engine of this country. We are the pulse that keep this shit going. That's just what it is. And that's just how it's going to be. But yeah, man, just like I said, I'll get with you guys real soon, and I'll follow up with a video. Like I said, I'm not really done voicing my opinion with this at all, so I'm going to definitely rock with another one real soon. All right, one.